All right, g'day. All right, g'day. My name's Roop. I'm a guitarist here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I have some horrible digital hiss going on in the background. But I'm going to worry about that another day. What I am going to worry about today is it's a big day in the old Roo household, Roo hutch, the den, the skip, the. I don't know if kangaroos leap. I don't think I've ever seen a kangaroo leap. God, I bet they can though. They're unreal, aren't they? Huge things. Firstly, been watching Super Booth News. Awesome stuff coming out. Buchler's releasing a desktop table synth. Erica Synths have a new drum machine. And there's a keyboard Perkins up. Oh my god. Stupid cool stuff. There's not much guitar gear, but I'm a huge synth nerd. I wish I had just racks and racks of synths and like samplers and group boxes. I love the Electron stuff, MPCs. I want that new MPC sample so bad, so fun to mess with. But there is some great guitar news that's come out today. And I've had an ironic delivery on the same day. So I woke up this morning and I went outside and I played late last night and I played late a few nights. I had the day off with my wife, so I was like, I'm going to go do whatever. Before I left the house, I had two packages. And I saw one was from my friend. And then another was from my friend, right? So I opened the one from the first one I saw, which is from my friend Christopher, who works at IK Multimedia. And it was this, the Tonex 1 Plus, which is a Tonex 1. If you can see it, it's all hooked up. Looks normal, little different, gold and black. But it's got MIDI in and MIDI out, which, considering the size of this device, is insanity. Now, on the other hand, I got a great package from my friend Tim. Tim reached out about buying a couple shirts, and he said, hey, I'll send you some. I said, great. So I'm wearing a Minerva Fire Rescue, Monrovia. I've been calling it Minervia because I don't know why. Because I suck at names. Tim, I'm sorry. But Tim works for the Monrovia Fire Department, and I think that's incredible, and I'm very proud to rock this merch. He sent me couple shirts, a hoodie, and my wife in real time like rode past and was just like, that's mine. So I guess I got two shirts. She got a hoodie, and then I got another surprise from Tim. I mentioned before, I'd wanted to try Tonex out, so he sent me a Tonex 1. So Tim, I've messaged you. I feel guilty that this has happened on the same day. I'm happy to send this back. But if you let me, I'll continue to use it. I'll put it on my small board, and so I can have one on each board, and then I can start experimenting with maybe stereo and stuff, which is what I'm actually doing here with both of them. So I've known about the Tonex 1 Plus for a while. I did some work at the Amigos Guitar Show with Christopher O'Hara, who works at IK Multimedia, for IK, just kind of helping get some groundwork, getting some names out there, a smiling face, but not necessarily the best looking one. And I knew this was coming, and I became very excited. So, it's been hard holding my tongue. And I had it last night. I was like, dude, I want to gig it. He's like, yeah, but you can't tell anyone what it is. And I was like, most people would. But I wanted to respect that because he's been very good to me. But I have got it here. I'm not going to dive into the MIDI functions. But what I am going to dive into is a lot of people see me go direct. I want to just quickly show the 4 amps I've loaded up, what they are. 65 Deluxe Reverb, Benson Chimera, and then the Goat and the Woody. The Goat and the Woody, it's based on a matchless and a box, and they are from Jake Farber. Jake, I'm so sorry if I've pronounced your last name wrong. Jake Farber's kind of Tonex collections. Now, Jake's a friend of mine, and he was kind enough to give me these, but if you have the opportunity, I really recommend supporting him. I should say the Benson Chimera is from Tone Shepherd. I'm not affiliated. In fact, I don't know the bloke. I don't know his name. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know my name. It was just free on his website, and I love Benson amps, so I thought I'd try it. Before I dig in, my 2 questions of the day are, if you use modeling, what are your favorite amps to use? I'm thinking maybe I should capture some of my cabs and my amps, my PV Classic 50, my 62 AC30. And then my other question is, what should I do more videos on? Do you guys want an amp video, more lessons? I really want to hear from you guys. And secret, tricky question. I've tried every pick that's been recommended, and man, I can't move past this. I need someone to find something that can beat this. So at the top, what you heard was the Benson Chimera mixed with the Goat by Jake Farber. So Tone Shepherd and then Teddy Tones. So I'll just show you how that sounds. I believe I've got it. Yep, dry. So it's a Lightspeed, a Brothers AM, a Fuchs Valve Gel 2, and then a Line 6 HX Stomp going out stereo. Now, I'm sorry, there is some digital hiss, but that's fine. We can live with it. Sounds good to me. I know everyone wants like the really kind of like happy funk, guys. That's from Tekken 3. It's Eddie Gordo's theme, but it's the remix for the PlayStation 1 version. I don't know why I know that. I learned as a kid. But I like seeing the guys who, like, they're sitting there and they're going, 1, 2. I messed up, but who's making love? So let's hear these with the Lightspeed. Now I set my Lightspeed pretty standard, drive all the way up. I set the volume just a little above that. I set the frequency a little bit more above that. So probably about 6.5, 6 on the volume. So clean. Dude, that sounds so good. Far out. Perfect low gain thing. Now I've watched a lot of John Nathan Cordy. He's really fascinating because he's really good at creating tones and getting great stuff out of the digital thing. He's really one of the masters of it, if you ask me. And I saw him using the 2 stereo things, and so I've kind of set it up perhaps a little like him. But I'm gonna go through, and you know, I like about him, it's focused on him and just him kind of hanging out as opposed to just necessarily the gear, although the gear's there. You know, the guy's just a genius when it comes to modeling. So I've got Chase Bliss Brothers AM. I use gain 1 as a distortion, gain 2 as an overdrive. So here they are. Here's the distortion. Dude, I'm even surprising myself. That sounds humbucker. The overdrive. Probably need a little more gain. I'm attacking the guitar way too hard. I'm trying to lighten my touch. let's do the jazz test. Good enough. All right, and here is the drive side of the Fuchs valve job. It's not as gainy as a Zen drive. But combine it with the pure gain, which is their boost. I guess this is my first product release or demo or whatever. I should say this is not paid. It's not really even sponsored. Chris sent it to me, but he doesn't know what I'm going to say. In fact, he doesn't even really know I'm making a video. He just sent it to me because we're mates. So thank you. So all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap. It's 1 amp swap. So now what I've got going on is the other side of things, where I have the 65 Deluxe combined with, I think this is the Woody on the other side. I purposely don't remember exactly right now, and that's because I'm trying to live in the moment of enjoying what I have, as opposed to sitting there going, well, I've got to worry about this and this and this and this and this and this and this. No, I've just got to worry about enjoying this new technology that I get to explore, you know? Young Alex is coming over tonight. I'm having an evening with the wife, and I think him and I are going to mess around. He just got an HX Stomp, and he's like, FaceTime, he's like, dude, this is crazy. Did you know it has amp modeling? It's like, yeah, buddy, I've had one since day before it came out. My friend and ex-compatriot Leah, who works at guitar store in New York, vintage guitar store in New York. I can't remember the name. I'm so sorry, Leah. I love you. She managed to help me get one the day before they technically came out. But I love how enthusiastic Alex is about it. He's like, dude, there's a tuner on the Tonex. And I was like, oh. And he's called me. He's like, dude, you've got to answer the phone. I was like, okay. It's like 2 a.m. I'm like, what's, kind of like how I felt as a teenager outside having a cigarette on the phone. Like, dude, what do you want? Like, stressed like that celebrity. He's like, dude, you can move the mics around on the cab. And I was like, all right, good night. But I was like, oh, I remember those feelings, right? So here are my other 2 captures, and I'll just run through my settings and the amp. And yeah, honestly, this to me is like a perfect rig. Now, obviously, it could be a little brighter. I probably need a little more presence. But for now, I'm just going to back off the bass, add some mids and treble. So that's the light speed. Here's the distortion side of the analog. got a bit lost in it. I'm going to try one thing before I kind of wrap it up. This is my first Zen drive. This is my favorite Zen drive. I have played more than anyone I know. I own more than anyone I know. It's kind of my thing, right? You might have noticed that on the channel. I have a couple of things that are my thing. Maybe being a responsible adult will be one of those one day. Just joking. Not into that. No, I'm kidding. Kid at heart. No, I'm kidding. I try my best. Now, I have had this pedal for, God, I don't even know, 13, 14 years. It's technically hand-wired V1.1 because it's, you know, it's hand-wired on a PCB, but it's signed. It's not turret. I can't remember what IC is in it, but today we're going to learn if this thing takes my favorite Zen drive. And now I'll put it just to kind of all noonish and go for that. You can't beat this one. Try the other. Yeah, this thing's good. I'm getting a bit lost in it, I won't lie. Now, I think there's a reason people use certain pedal pairings with these things, and I'm going to have to mess with the input gain and all that. So actually, maybe we'll try another quick couple pedals just while we're here. I have a Zen Drive Gold, and then I have a Rockbox Boiling Point, and I kind of interchangeably use these things. So let's go to a similar but different flavor first, even though Rockbox Boiling Point, Zen Drive, Tube Screamer, it's all very similar. I didn't say that, Alfonso, I love you. All right, all five across the board. This Zen Drive Gold is meant to represent kind of the Zen Drive 2. Speaking of, Sean's probably had a sale on the Love Pedal thing, and I've probably missed it, but let's try this. Silly now. All right, we're going to try the Rockbox Boiling Point. We're going to hop off and get to an evening. We're going to play Grim Fandango and eat some Indian food. Indian food, apart from Bill's, is my favorite cuisine. Like death row meal, butter chicken. Stupid how good butter chicken is. I don't remember if this is a really loud pedal or not. I'll start with the dip switches up and all fives. It's a loud pedal. Ooh, that sounds really good. 3 clipping options. I think this is the clip. And then that's how much bass. giant steps. I'm not very good at it. You know the whole, you know when you try and learn giant steps? Anyway, it's another good song, American Boy by Estelle. Anyway, yeah, this sounds great. Should switch the air models so you can hear this robot's boiling point, right? Look, I've spent not long with these things and I've already got them sounding bloody awesome. I'm going to go enjoy an evening off. No texts, no calls. Grim Fandango curry. Anyone ever play old computer games? Really like old computer games. Not just like I don't like lust for non-3D games. You know what I mean? Maybe like some 2D platformers, Escape from Monkey Island or something, but like very formative childhood as to the aesthetics and choices I like was made by, you know, video games like Tomba 2 or Grunts. Grunts was a great one. Grunts for Z. That was a cool, very cool strategy game. Jedi Knight Outcast, you know, a lot of these things. And I've always had like a big obsession and love for the PS1 era of graphics. So if you've got any cool games to recommend from that era, please hit me. Always looking. Anyway, I'm going to go enjoy my evening. Something crazy's going on with everything here. So I don't know what's happening, but I do know that I'm going to go have a great evening and that I love the Tonex. So thank you, Tim. Thank you especially. Thank you for everything you do. And then thank you, Christopher, for sending me Tonex 1 Plus. And I'm excited to use these and gig with these and just see how it all goes. So, yeah. All right. I'm hopping off. Cheers.